Okay, so now we come back again, right? So last time we stopped, so just cut off, right? So now, remember last time I think we left over from this router, right? We want to create a OSPF between here because we need to manage the IP address, the management IP address via the loopback interface, right? So and also we on purpose in here because we set a default because we don't want to by accidentally leak, right? Leak something out to the internet. You know what I mean, right?
Hmm.
So we just not we just like until once we have the default and then we need to tell which interface should we be allowed. Okay, but by the default is turn off everything, all the interface, right? Let's go back to the this router again. Say what is the router again? This router here. Okay, so now in here we show IP. First, show IP interface. We'll just refresh quick in here. Show IP interface brief. Make sure we have the loopback. Oh, we didn't assign the loopback yet. Interesting. Oh, I forgot to save it again. Show run section router OSPF. Do we have it? Nah, really. Which one? I think should be this one, right? Hmm. I forgot to save it again. Hold on. Let's go back to the code switch one in here. So we have, hopefully with this one here, we still have the OSPF, rather OSPF. Yes, and then show IP, OSPF neighbor. Let's see, we have a neighbor. Yes, which we have a route, right? OSPF, OSPF. Yep. Okay, so we still have a route in here. So this is the loopback, right? Okay, I might forgot to save this one. Okay, we do quick in here. Okay. So now, I believe we have how many so far? We have one, two, no, one, two, three, and then okay, let's make this one as a four, right? And also, remember what we use the ID for the interface for loopback. I think it's an interface loopback 999, right? Just for the demo, no? All right, let's go back to here quick now. So config to here, we're going to say loopback 999 again, right? So we're going to say IP address in here. So we're going to assign 10.255, 255, here should be dot 4, okay? And then 255, 255, 255, 255, just single one IP, so that's 32, you see? And then we're going to say, okay, this should be up already, right? So now we're just refreshing here. Do we have it in here, see? Right? So we have one IP address in here, you see? Right? But same thing in here, we didn't ever tie into the BGP, and we don't have any static route from this side to how to get to this loopback interface, right? So, for example, if we in the cost switch one in here again, we should ping. If we should ping that one, what is it again? 10.255, 255.255.4, it should be not reachable. No, oh, hold on. Too many here. Okay. Wait. Where is the four? I think we have some four. Maybe we should find. That's interesting. We have four here. Uh, hmm. Okay, let's trace route. I want to know who owned the 255.255.4. AES 12345. That is the six. Six should be this router. Did I log into the correct router? Router one. Router one. Yeah. This is six. Yeah. But I we checked it earlier. Show let's hold on again. Show router OSPF. No, look at that. Right? How we got advertised? 255.255.4. You see? Huh? Because we don't have a OSPF in here. This is interesting. Who owned that? Let's go back again here. Yeah, 255 dark 10 dark 1 dark 6. If from the topology is telling us this is dark 6, right? Is this the dark 6 here? Yeah, this is the only dark 6. Interesting. How we can you know what? You know why? Because we can reach it's by the default route because this is internet router. You see, you have to make understand, okay? See, this is like why we able to ping from the core switch to here because if this core switch here, if we don't have that the IP address, right, is going to be used the default route. Just for example here, show IP, you see here, show IP route, right? Show IP route 10.255.4. You see, it's going to be not in the table. Once you're not in the table, and it's always look ask help. It's always asking help is from the default route. Yeah, that's the reason, Okay, that is the reason why we can in here. That's okay. But in this case, for now, okay, we just leave it for now, and then we just want to prove it, right? We want to like once we have the OSPF, it should be we should be learn from course switch here. We should have to learn from the OSPF. It's more preferred than default route. You see, all right? We're going to be override. All right, let's go back to here again. Let's go back to here again. Okay. Here. Okay. So I believe we want to join this one is area because see we have a area 0, right? But last time I was thinking about the direct connect, right? Because we have a direct connect here, we have the direct connect here, and we have a direct connect here. But normally, I don't know if that is good to become like area 0. Hmm. Okay, maybe in here on purpose in here, see crossing the tunnel. Now this is a good idea crossing the pun. I will explain to you more here. Crossing the we remember we have a tunnel here crossing the IPsec tunnel. So we want the OSPF running inside the tunnel because we have an end-to-end point, right? Because we have a tunnel IP address end-to-end point. All right, that's a good idea. Okay, that's a good idea. So because we don't want to go to BGP, right? We want to using the tunnel. Because remember this side, the Chicago side, we have a two network path. One is go to the MPLS and one go to the internet VPN side to side. Okay, let's move on. Let's keep going, Let's move on. All right, let's do quick in here. Say, okay, so show route interface router OSPF1, right? Because we want to say default, right? We want to pass this, right? See, interface. That's what is the command? I think default again. Yeah, default. You see here, it is means suppress. You see, we not allow, right? We not allow. You see, okay. So now in here, so now what we want to be advertised this network. You see here, network, right? Network 10 dot. Because this direct connect in here is a 10, so we have a 10.100. Dot one. Maybe we don't want to advertise this 10 by OSPF. It's okay because we have a BGP 8020. Okay, never mind. Okay, so okay because from the core switch one is going to be learned to network. For this network is going to be learned by BGP and also by OSPF. But this core switch here, it should be preferred with the BGP because the BGP have a small AD is 20. OSPF is 110. Okay. All right. So okay. So this is going to be 24. So then wildcard some mass. Okay. Oh, we have to put say, okay, this is going to be say area 0, for example. And then we have the network, right? We have the network here. That is the loopback. 10 dot 255, 255 dot 255, right? And no, not 255, dot 4. We should have, and then 0 dot 0 dot 0 dot 0, and then we're going to be say area 0. Okay. Now just by before I hit enter here, we want to prove it first from here, right? In here, I think I'm not sure it's going to be learned by a default route also, not in here. I think let's try it here. Now 4, yes, it's not stable, but still be able to ping by the default route. Yeah, it's still learning by default route. Okay. All right, no worry about that. Let's go back to the internet router here again. All right, so we put here, hit enter. All right, it's actual 0. Yeah, you see here. Okay, so now do run this section router OSPF. This is come on, I cannot type today. Okay, yeah. See, this is the OSPF protocol. Okay, inside the domain. So now we have, for example, in here, we have show IP, do show, because we are in this level, we have to add do. Okay, do show IP OSPF neighbor. Yeah, we see we don't have a neighbor yet, right? Because we didn't tell. Okay, because we have to go back to here first. Okay, we have to tell same thing in here again, config key. Now I believe I try to use in this case, we might try to use in the neighbor command. Do I mention about the neighbor command instead like let's use in the neighbor command with disable with no the multiple.
I don't think you mentioned.
Yeah, I think I mentioned, right? So let's go back to here again. So let's say neighbor. We want to be say neighbor, and then the 10.100.1 dot what is the IP address for this one, this neighbor, this IP here. So do show again in here IP in the free brief. That it should be dark5. So we go back to here again. Should be our neighbor is dark5. It should be anything else that we need to care about. Yeah, we mentioned about priority, something like that. Okay, blah blah blah. Okay, so in here we might try to put the priority because we want to try to always win. Okay, the database. We want to control the database on this course within here. So we in here the priority here. Let's make it on purpose. We make it like in here like 200 something. Let's just say 100. Say 150. Okay. All right. So we make it the other one is 100. Okay. So, okay. So okay. So cannot use something. Oh come on. Something wrong again. The memory cannot use the configure the neighbor on F0. What do you mean F0 here? Okay. And the neighbor command is only allow, oh, look at that here, MBNA, you see? So we have to missing something to turn off something. That's why, see, this is another something that we need to learn. All right, so that is mean we cannot use this here in here, all right? Or just because we have that default command. See, this is confusing here. See, go back again. If I try to let me check. Do we tick the command here? Do show run section router OSPF. So this is good. This is good for me too to refresh. Now I've been long time didn't touch OSPF. Oh wait a second. So we have to we just tick the command, but we get the warning. Okay. So we see, cannot use configure the neighbor on this interface because the neighbor command is only allowed on MBNA. Okay, what does it mean MBNA? Right? Maybe it could be a non-broadcast. You see, non-broadcast multicast address. You see? It could be that that is the turn, but we don't know yet. Okay, but this warning is true or not? We don't know. Let's force it again here. See, so sometimes we need to go back to the book in this case, or we can try to run the debug. Okay, so now in here, say router OSPF 1. I want to make a neighbor first in here. Let's see if it is this one. We can use the neighbor. This neighbor should be 10.100.6, right? So we hit enter. You see. Now in here, we want to try make it like 200, make it higher. Do we get error in here? So in this case, we don't get error. You see, but do we form show IP OSPF neighbor? Yeah. Oh, it's full. Oh, this is the other side. This is the on this router, but not this router. Now, what could be the happen? Okay. Now in here we don't when we hit that command. See in here. See when we hit this command, right? After we enable the neighbor with the neighbor command, but in this side we don't have any command. See, we don't have any complaint. But why in this guy we have a complaint, right? I see in here. You show run again section in here. Router OSPF. You see, right? Because it could be before, because he's it's only allowed on, you see, MBNA or B2B network. That is mean what? It could be like it's asking have to be like, because remember when we neighbor command is sometimes like it's a disable or enable the multicast. You see, or just because by default we shut down everything. Remember, by default we shut down everything because we say default passive interface, right? We not allow. That's why when we say not allow, that's why it's not allowed to sending the broadcast for OSPF. That might be the command. Okay, that might be the command. Okay, so now, so what we should do, right? So we want to say because we want to form, right? So we have the default again in here. See, this is good learning. You see, this is good learning. You see, it's refresh me also, right? So what could be? All right. So what could be? Now, or on purpose in here, see, because this is a lab anyway, right? Let's run the debug. So we want to see the debug, right? Debug IP OSPF. Is that correct? Yeah, 1, the number, right? And then what else? Okay, so oh, any more? Adjacency, okay. And then what? Yep, debug is on. And then let me see, do we have an event here? Yep. Okay, so let's wait any package. Something wrong. So something wrong in here, right? You see here. So what we should do here? Let's review again. Go back to here again. Right, router OSPF 1 here. You see, right? So before we use this command, right? See here. So default. Come on. Default. We put a question mark. We're gonna pass this here, right? Come on, my tab key. Yep. So in here, because we're using the default again in here, see we default is all the interface. Maybe we don't want to see. Okay, let's disable it again in here because we just want to We just want to maybe in that only on that one interface, because we don't want to turn off everything. Okay, we don't want to turn off everything in here. So default passes interface is only in that interface F0/1 here, 01. Okay, so this just mean like say let me we have an interface yet F0/1. Oh, the number. What is the number for that one? Yeah, F0/1 0 and then slash and then 1. Yeah, hit enter. Yep, you see. So we disable now default interface only on this one. Okay, or maybe we should try it first. Like remove the default first. Okay, let's just say no. Is that is okay here? Or it's no command also. It's not allow with command. Yeah, no default. Let me see. Do we have a default? Yeah. Oh no. See no default. Okay. All right. So that might be could be override. Okay. Let's go back to here again. Do we form anything? Wait in here. Area zero. In here. We don't have a network command in here, right? So we have to tell the format for in here. So because this network here, you see this network here, right? So we need to establish the network. Okay, so we go copy this one again here to here, right? So we want to say network 10.100.1.0.255, and it's area 0. Oh, it's beautiful. It's coming. So now when you go back, oh, look at that. See, because we still have the debug is running. You see, we still have a debug running. Okay, beautiful. See, they have an election. See, this is how the OSPF, when they try to, it's tell which interface, and then you advertise the network inside and then they have a two-way communication. You see, and then they start election. They will look at it who's going to be preferred. You see, exchange the database, blah blah blah. Look at it, and then they have make an election. You see, and then who's going to be slack who's the DR, who's the backup DR. You see, they have a comparison. Okay, but retail is the most is retail by priority, right? The priority in here should be 100 or 200 in here. So this one should be win, right? Let's see here. Let's show IP OSPF. Show IP OSPF neighbor. Yeah, you see. So now we have. Oh, look at that. Why using this IP? Because this is higher. They always want to prefer is the higher. You see, this is the higher. That's the reason. You see, is using the higher. You see, in here, 64, because the IP address in here. You see here, show IP interface here. Oh, come on, show IP interface. You see, it's going to it's going to pick you see, it's pick up from the loopback. Because who's the higher or who's the smaller? Okay, that's interesting. You see, but it should be formed in here. But the OSPF relationship should be up. See in here, show IP route OSPF. You'll be learning 1.3 beautiful. You see that from your neighbor. Okay, it's propagate. Right, and also in here, if you go back to more further here, code switch 4, right? Even in the good MPLS here, it should be learning also. is learning the loopback here is via OSPF, right? Let's go back in here. See, show IP route OSPF. You see here? Oh, this one's not learning yet. So we have a OSPF in here running. First, we have the OSPF neighbor. Oh, maybe we don't have configured in here. Yeah, I think we don't have it in here, but it should be in here. Okay, so let's go back to here. This is MPLS router because we have a, because this is dark 3, right? This is dark 3. Yep, dark 3, and then we should have a say IP route OSPF. Yep. Look at that. It's learning. Okay. See, this is something. See, I just want to show you because honestly, OSPF they have so many different link type. You know, oh, link stay. They have like internal. They have external. It's really complicated. When I go to CCIE exam, in the lab exam, exactly same thing. They have those kind of like, oh yeah, oh when we study, it's very complicated, OSPF. But we're not worried about on that. So we're just thinking about just for you in here. We not go like advanced level. I just want to show you what is the OSPF look like, and what is the compare with the BGP. It's just nothing. It's just the routing. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it's just the routing, but sometimes it depends you. It's prefer. It depends on your architectural design. You prefer is a BGP, or you prefer with the OSPF, or either ERGRP, something like that. You see, but normally people is getting why they want to prefer with the BGP on their edge router, because BGP is going to be easy to those kind of like BGP attribute. They're going to be easy to inference the traffic. If I want to have one prefix, if I want to point it to go here, I just using those kind of route map. Okay, make like either the local weight or higher or smaller, or maybe like a sense like community or something like that. You see, or a set ASP pen. Remember? Yeah. See, it's more easy to control the traffic in and out. But in OSPF, it's a little bit not easy, right? If OSPF, if you say, hey, if I prefer the one IP address, or if I would prefer to take this path, and then you have to change all those kind of like by the cost, okay, the calculation, or by the filter, you see, all those kind of stuff, So it's but the only the benefit is with the adjacency. If OSPF is always quicker than BGP, if something one links go down, oh, it's automatic. It's going to be automatic like update, propagate. Okay. So that is the something OSPF, right? So okay. So now, okay, if we want to go more further for simple demo for OSPF, how about do like this in here, right? So now you see in here, so we focus on this router right now. What we have, see, 1, 2, and 3, we already configured OSPF, right? OSPF in here, and also now we have a IPsec is crossing from this router to this router, right? We have because we have like the VPN tunnel. Let's go back to this MPLS again. Let's find out the tunnel is up or not. Okay, so we are in the MPLS router here. Remember here, we have a IP interface brief. We should have a tunnel. We should have a tunnel here. Yep, the tunnel. Yep, its tunnel is up. So how about the BGP? Is up or not? The neighbor with the tunnel. Okay, 172. Yeah, 170 is up. You see, this is causing the tunnel. You see, let's go back to the. Let me try here the whiteboard again. Let me show you the whiteboard. What I want to do in here. The demo for you is. Okay, remember in our case in here, right? Or maybe sometime in the exam, in the CCNA. I'm not sure CCNA is too advanced. Maybe CCNP or maybe CCIE, something like that, right? So sometimes they say they just want to challenge you. They would just want to challenge you. How much you know about the knowledge. You know what I mean, in the lab exam. So for example, here, see, we know that in our H router here, this is our this is MPLS Verizon H router. You see, everything in here is H is going to all everything is a BGP. Even we have a tunnel here, right? So we have a tunnel here. See, this is the tunnel. This tunnel is via the IPsec tunnel, and then we establish the BGP. That is mean we have a redundant, right? But now the question is, they ask for the loopback, for management loopback, right? It's not allowed advertise into the BGP. Okay. So the question is here, for example, here, the question is here, right? If we go back to here quick in here, this router here, the Chicago router here. Let's go back to the Chicago router here. What I want to try to do is here, right? For example, if this router here, same thing, we have, see here, we have a show IP interface brief, right? And then say, for example, we click in here, we create IP, we can say interface loopback 999 for management interface. So we're going to say IP address in here. We're going to assign a 10 dot 255.5 in this case, and then 255.255.255. You see here, right? So now we exit out in here again, show IP interface brief. You see here? You see? So now we have this IP. Now we have a network engineer computer, whatever, in this network, right? The engineer, they want to access like Telnet or SSH to the remote, to the Chicago in here, this router crossing the network. But the problem is they not allow using the physical IP address of that interface IP, right? So there's no choice. So have to be loopback. But then if we're using the loopback, and then from the core switch one in here, for example, in the core switch one in here, right? I cannot ping that IP address. You see here, 10.255.255.255.5. You see in here, I cannot ping it because I don't know this network. Once this core switch here, same thing. We go to default route. It's going to go to default route in here, and here it's going to be drop it because I don't have the network, and also we're not allowed to go out to the internet. All right, you see in here. So that is mean now is a little bit challenge for us is, so we want, for example, this is the computer in here. We want to manage this router, Chicago, is via this loopback interface. And then this interface have to be advertised using the OSPF. Okay. Oh, you see? But then you know that the OSPF have to be, say, direct connect, right? But think about in here, but this router, see, if we go back to here again, this router here, you see here, this router, in this router, we don't have a direct connect. The only thing help us the direct connect is via the VPN site to site, because we're using the tunnel IP address. Oh, that's another beautiful, right? So that is because no way from here. You see, because this is a crossing the Verizon. No way, right? Because it's not allowed. Because we have to be using the if we want to using the direct connect. So does it mean we have to using here is the tunnel interface, because it's beautiful. Because once we remember when we have a VPN site to site is up, everything is going to be transparent in here, right? And then we have we see have the tunnel. All right. So let's go back again in here, right? And same thing on the Chicago router in here. We should be also, if we want, if something like using the console cable, or maybe the engineer somehow they on offsite in this office here, he plug in his laptop to here, this network, and he's trying to troubleshooting or something, access to the headquarter back. All right, and then same thing using the management interface, it should not allow it. That's the problem, right? So this is another case study in here, right? Okay, so how we want to do? Okay, so the beauty is we already know we can form the OSPF with the IPsec tunnel, right? And also you see in here, everything in here is an area 0. Now in this case, from here to here, we're going to set up another area 1. Okay, this is the area 0. Now we want to try this one is different area. This is area 1. Let's do it. Okay. All right. So go back to here again. MPS. So since we in the Chicago in here, right? So same thing again in the Chicago in here, right? Here. So we're gonna say router quick in here, router F1 in here, right? So now we just want the same thing again, default, because we don't want to buy accidentally. You see. All right. So we have to put question mark. Paths interface. Which one we want to see? If we this one here, no, we have to everything, right? This is everything first, and then we say no default. No default. So we have a loopback also in here. Let me see if we have a. Do we want to? If this one we just have to be one by one again, right? So for example, what else we have in here? So we're not worried about in this OSPF. We only worry about this guy and this guy, this interface in here, because we want to use in the tunnel. All right, we not try later. Okay, see from here we still save, but this is our router to internet, right? And then this is crossing transparent to IPsec. I think we should be okay. So we don't have to be put the default. Because only in here we consider it's a very dangerous is because this one here interface is directly connected to the vendor Verizon. That's why we on purpose in here, right? But in here, but this router here is behind our internet router. Okay, so this interface here is to belong is a LAN is our LAN network. Okay, it's not public network in here. Okay. All right, so we skip on here. So for passive interface in here. All right, so we go ahead. We're going to be say network. So we're going to say network. We're going to advertise that .255.255 5 0.0.0. And here we're going to be on purpose now. We're going to be say area 1. Okay. So now we have to be advertise this network 2 to that is the tunnel. This one here. Okay, so this is tunnel. You see here, if we take the whole IP address like this, same thing again in here. We can put everything in here. You see, area 01. You see. Okay, so now let's go back to here now. So we let me see here for OSPF neighbor. So we don't have a neighbor yet, right? So now we go back to this router here. Okay, the headquarter, the MPLS router. So this should be this one here.